行きましょう。ジェミナイ。Google の AI チャットの名前ですね。ジェミナイ。さあ、久しぶりやな。めっちゃ会話あるんじゃん。よう考えたら。めっちゃ会話ある気がする。何？
Did something go wrong with Beta and the rig? Will we be able to transport you to Gemini?
The rig is complete.
ほう。
The problem is Hephaestus itself.
マジで？
It has accelerated its proliferation throughout the Cauldron network,
マジで？
increasing its power.
But with your sub-functions restored, we can still succeed, right?
Correct. But the net effect is that absorbing
Ah,
Hephaestus will take
そういうこと。
longer than previously calculated.
How long?
Even with Omega clearance, my current estimate is that the merge will take 35 hours.
And each hour increases the risk of detection by the Zeniths. Two cores. Two overrides. What if the merge were carried out by two clones of Elizabeth Sobek, both armed with Omega clearance? How long then? Half the time?
Hephaestus would be unprepared for the simultaneous labor of two operators, in addition to obvious synergetic efficiencies. Calculating. It would reduce the merge time to approximately 4.5 hours.
Okay.
じゃあベータ連れてこなあかんや。
Varl, it looks like we're gonna need Beta at Gemini. Do you think you can convince her?
I don't know, but I'll try.
What about our division? Are the pulse generators ready?
Only a final test remains. I am confident that if fired in proximity to other cauldrons, the pulses will mask our activities at Gemini from the Zeniths.
Good. As long as Aaron can operate one without shooting himself in the face.
Aloy, you better get down here. Beta's in bad shape.
Okay.
またか。次から次へと。ベータが脱出した。
Aloy,
はい。
I tried, but it's impossible. I don't think anything will convince her to go.
We don't have a choice.
Good luck.
Beta, you have to come with us. It's the only way. It's one mission. The most important one. We need you.
やばい、拒絶してるな。
Tell me why you won't
何
go.
見てんの？
What if they take me back? Alone, in a cell again. Their slave. Forever.
おい。そういう分岐させる？マジで？そういう分岐させる？勝算を考えろ。私が守る。勇気を持て。勝算を考えろ。
We have a solid plan. You helped come up with it. Without you there, the probability that the Zeniths discover us is high. But with you, that risk is much less. We'll get Hephaestus, get out, and come back here. It'll be okay. No! You can't guarantee that.
保証なんてないよ。そらそう
I
や。
told you from the beginning we'll never beat them. It's hopeless. Beta. Leave me alone! You don't understand! You're right. I don't understand. We have the same genes, the same mind, the same heart. So why can't you find the strength to do what has to be done? Like Elizabeth would. Don't you think I've thought about that? I don't know what piece of Elizabeth I'm missing. I don't know what you have that I don't. I look through all the data from your focus.
Oh.
You were raised as an outcast, shunned, and isolated just like me, so what's the difference? What's my defect?
そういうこと言っちゃう。 かんな。塞ぎ込んでるな。
Beta, you don't have a defect. Beta, look, it's not a piece of Elizabeth. The difference is, I had him. Frost. He raised you, trained you, but he was never warm or loving. The day he died, the day he gave you that charm, he was going to abandon you. He wanted me to embrace the tribe. But then he gave his life for mine. He loved me in his own way. And that was enough. What did it feel like? It was like having a strength that was always there. It's still there.
せやろな。
Even now I hear him in my head when things get bad.
育ての親やもん
When it
な。
looks impossible, look deeper. And then fight like you can win.
だから強いんか。アーロイは。
You don't have to go on the mission. We'll find another way. I'll go.
おっと
Like you said, odds are in our favor if I do. We have to succeed. But you have to promise me one thing. Yes, of course. If it goes bad, if the Zeniths find us, I don't want to be their slave again. Do you understand?
助けろってことね。
Okay. Promise? I promise. I could use as much time as you can give me to study up on the merge, to make it as efficient as possible.
そらまあ助けなあかんやろな。
I swear.
We
Aloy, whenever you are ready, come speak to me and I'll ask the others to make final preparations for the mission.
ちょっと待って。長いぞこれまた。
Hey, I thought I'd check in before leaving for Gemini.
Are you sure we shouldn't be checking up on you? I
どういう
mean,
こと
whatever went on between you and Beta sounded intense. Not that I'm judging. Forge knows all the screws flew loose every time Mercer and I fought.
I think we'll be fine from now on.
I'm glad to hear it.
Anybody take you up on that ale you brought yet?
Zoe can't stand the smell of it. I tried Alva, but I don't think she knows what taking a break means. And I'm not putting Varl anywhere near that stuff after that victory party in
一人
Meridian.
か。
What about Catalo?
Ah, now there's a man that can hold his liquor. Pretty sure we downed half a keg. We had a good chat, I think.
After we get Hephaestus, we'll be taking the fight to the Zeniths. So, no more reading.
Ah, it wasn't that bad. Not really. Besides, going through all that data helped me realize something. You know, the soldiers, the ones that fought the Pharaoh machines so Gaia could be built, they were fighting a battle that couldn't be won. Not with all the weapons in the world. I think most of them realized that, whether anyone said it or not. They still did it, though. They bought time for all the eggheads working to save the future. Our future. As long as I can do that for you, I'll consider myself a success.
Thank you, Erend. I'm glad you're with me.
Okay, enough. gonna get emotional.
I should go.
Same here. I got a date with a cauldron to prepare for.
機械路行くのお前も。
Aloy, everything okay with you and Beta? It sounded like you guys had a, lively conversation.
We just had a lot to talk about.
Does this mean she's coming with us to Gemini?
なりました。は
It
い。
does. I hope you're ready to rein in the most stubborn AI of all time.
That's what all this was for, wasn't it?
Hephaestus won't go down quietly.
Hephaestus is just a program that's lost its way. We are fighting for
確かに。
our survival. I can always call upon the goddess if you're nervous.
Funny. How does everyone seem to you?
Anxious, but ready. I heard Katalo ask for Alva's help with his pulse generator. And I know he's been helping her with a few fighting techniques, just in case.
I hope they aren't needed.
うん、戦いは
Like I said,
な。
just in case.
Any last findings you want to share before leaving?
Not really. Though I've reached a decision.
Oh?
When we put Gaia together, I want to return to the Nora.
Oh.
Spread what I've learned.
You think they'll listen to you?
うん。
In time, I believe so.
If anyone can make it happen, it's you, Varl. What will you and Zoe do if you go back to the Embrace?
I hope she'll come with me. At least for a while. And I'll go with her to Plainsong too. She'll probably want to talk to her people about all this as well. We'll figure it out.
I know you will. I hope firing off those pulse generators will be enough to distract the Zeniths.
It'll work. It has to.
Always optimistic, huh?
Nah, just stubborn. It's a good quality to have when dealing with you.
Yeah, right. I'm glad you're coming with me, Varl.
Sure there's no urge to run off alone in there somewhere?
No more running.
さあ、全員と話すで
Hey, we'll be going after Hephaestus soon. You good with the plan?
I've already got the location of my assigned cauldron.
Good.
I heard you and Beta had a talk.
News travels fast.
It wasn't exactly a quiet conversation.
There were just things that needed to be said.
A healthy crop to those who clear the weeds between them, as the Utaru say.
You look like you have something on your mind.
We're going to war soon. And war is something I promised myself I'd left behind in the Red Raids. But the more of your data I go through, every voice I hear, every word I read from our ancient past, it makes me realize just how much life was given so that ours could flourish. Fighting for that gift, it's our responsibility. If we fail, it was all for naught.
Helps to know you're not alone.
For a moment there, you sounded like Varl.
I don't know what you're talking about. I should go.
As soon as you intend to leave for Gemini,
You'll hear about it.
というかよ、天の翼ってどうやってやるのこれジェミナイが終わった後にまだミッションあるってこと？これが終わった後に。なあ、だってサイドクエストまだやってないもんな。天の翼俺まだやってないんやで。ジェミナイが最後じゃないの？うまいこといかんかったみたいなことなんのかな？
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. I was just studying the pulse generator schematics. The ones Gaia and Beta built. The craftsmanship is remarkable. Is everything all right? It sounded like there was an issue with Beta and the mission.
Not anymore. We just needed to talk some things through.
To understand one another is to embrace truth. Oh, and if you have a moment, there's something I could use your help with.
めっちゃあるやん、会話。大丈夫かこれ。
Have you spoken with Zoe at all?
A little bit, but I did hear her singing with Varl not too long ago. I don't think they noticed. Zoe seemed so free when she did it. Like every emotion she had was taking flight in song. And she looked happier because of it. I felt so dull and nervous in comparison.
You should ask Zoe to teach you sometime. About Utaru music.
Maybe.
If you need anything before heading out to the cauldrons.
You have nothing to worry about. Gaia's explained your plan in detail, as expected from such an efficient AI. I've even received some very, succinct combat advice from Kotalo. You know, in case the Zeniths show up.
What kind of advice?
He, told me to run.
For now. We'll even the odds soon enough. Anything new around here?
Kotalo showed me the schematics for his new arm. I recall reading about robotic limbs within the Legacy, but I never thought I'd see one in action. Technology like that would be treasured back home. Think of what it could do for injured workers or soldiers. But knowing the Imperial family, they would use it for different purposes. Their own.
Replacing body parts as they grow older. Like the Zeniths.
Exactly.
Any more data catch your eye?
All of it? I have so much to study up on. Years, actually. I'm particularly interested in the Odyssey. We knew the ancestors had made it to the moon. In fact,
いや、オデッセイ
some of
か
them
ら
had settled
ゼニス
on
来
it.
てんねんけど。
But Sirius is way
シリウスか。
farther than that. And we thought journeying across the
シリウスか。
ocean would be the feat of a lifetime. The sheer calculations needed for space travel. It's overwhelming to
何
think
万
about.
光年やろな。
Even so, the Quen are way ahead of other tribes when it comes to understanding this stuff. Where I grew up, everyone thought that stars were sparks that rose from a fire lit by the goddess to guide us through the night.
ゼニス。
Must be strange to think that some of the ancestors your tribe reveres are still alive. And here on Earth, right now.
Yeah, it is. Part of me is curious to know who else besides Eric Visser might be among them. Maybe Nikita Arand? We call her the Spark. The Legacy tells us she brought unlimited energy to the old ones. Or Sung Jiao, whom we call the Healer. It is said she found new ways to extend the ancestors' lifespans. But my curiosity fades when I think of how different our view of Visser was.
実はあのビサーもまさかのクローンで性格違うとかいうのあるんじゃん。困ったことでも
You mentioned there was something you needed help with?
Yes. So, as I was sifting through data from the greenhouse, I found references to an old world system back in the Great Delta. It's called Leviathan.
リヴァイアさ
My
ん。
people discovered it decades
ポセイド
ago.
ンのとこかな。
A sprawling network of river gates and a labyrinth of underground tunnels. The Legacy revealed that the old ones used it to control flooding.
はい
But
はいはい。で、
we've never gotten it to work.
あ
The whole thing is shut down.
Oh.
But the data from the greenhouse mentions the research facility
Oh.
where
Oh,
Leviathan was
oh,
created.
oh, oh, oh,
It's
oh.
in San Francisco.
はいはいはい。
Another Pharaoh facility?
No. Leviathan was a project by
Eileen
Eileen Sasaki,
Sasaki.
another ancestor. So the legacy tells
Eileen.
us, anyway, if we can acquire that data, we might be able to fix the system back in the Great Delta. Every year, my sister gets terrified when the long rains begin. With Leviathan, maybe she won't have to be.
Okay. So, where in San Francisco is this facility?
That's the thing. The
Oh.
data doesn't say where, exactly. But one of our diviners has been exploring the ruins. He might know. Would you come with me? I have a feeling that wherever this facility
いや、も
is,
ちろんあなた優先しますよ。
well, you're much better at fighting machines than I am.
Of course. I'll let you know when I'm in landfall.
Thank you, Aloy.
はい。
I should go. Make sure you talk to Gaia if you have any questions about the pulse generators.
May your path lead to truth.
And like I said, I'll let you know when I'm in landfall. We'll find the data you're after.
I appreciate it.
アイリーンに反応したのは、サイレントヒル4ザ・ルームのヒロインがアイリーンです。アイリーン、なんやったっけな、名字忘れたけど、はい。行きましょうか。
Alva said one of the diviners here might know where the Leviathan research facility is. Better let her. Hey, Alva? I'm in landfall. Can you meet me here?
I'll be there as soon as I
だか
can.
ら、いや、拠点からここまでお前、1日かかるぞ。早く。
Aloy! I'm here. Had to sneak past a few machines on the way, but I made it.
All right. Ready to talk to that diviner?
Yes. He's right over there.
Diviner Alva, what are you doing back in Landfall? And with the living ancestor?
We're looking for the Atbay Research Center,
Atbay.
where Leviathan was developed. The legacy tells us it's somewhere in the city.
Alva mentioned you've been collecting data in the area. Do you know where it is?
Yes, I stumbled across it, but there was no data there, only crumbling ruins.
Tell us anyway. We might be able to find something you missed.
Please, don't trouble yourself. I assure you, our search was very thorough.
You're hiding something.
What? That is absurd. A diviner must only speak truth, as you're well aware.
Oh, you're worried you found something dangerous. Something compromising on Eileen Sasaki?
Keep your voice down.
Look, I get it, Nirik. You want to make it back to your family, so it's safer to turn a blind eye.
あ、あっこに
But
おる
think
か
of
あいつが。
Leviathan. How it could help everyone. Isn't that why we're here? Don't let fear deny us that.
Very well. The facility's just south of here along the shore. But even if you find a way to fix Leviathan, it's sure to be shrouded in that which is...
いや、わかったから早く行かせろ。禁
Too
忌。
often the truth is forbidden. Come on, let's go.
てか、会話中に思い出した、サイレントヒルのアイリーンの名字、アイリーン・ガルビンや、思い出した。さあ、連れてけ。どこや。今、フレームレート一瞬落ちたな。
Not bad with that diviner back there. You've come a long way since we first met.
And Nirik's like I used to be, terrified of a misstep.
ああ。
And with the overseers, he has every right to be. But what I've seen and learned since the greenhouse, it's so much more than what we're permitted.
もう、それは
Diviners
大
are
変やで。
supposed to seek the truth, and yet so much is kept from us. I'm tired of it. That should be the facility ahead.
7割以上隠れてんちゃう今のお前の
We
周りの
need to
感じやっ
find
た
a
ら。
way in.
ああ、そ
Up
れ
here. Well, Nirik wasn't lying about crumbling ruins, at least.
Aloy, why is the
Let's look
ground
around.
shaking?
It's not
ああ。
good, whatever it is.
地面が揺れてるということは、
Whoa,
お前
that-
それあれ
that
か
thing。is
やっぱりスリザーファングか。
We'll have to take it out if we
や
want
っ
to
ぱ
find
り
that
スリザー
data.
ファングか。それは予想通りやわ。
Okay, I'm with you.
277。あ、マシンキルした。やった。
Down it goes.
Defeated the machines. Whew. Well, I'm gonna have nightmares tonight.
We should be able to look around for that data now.
てか、舐めとったな、俺。防具、結構、効くね。舐めとったわ、正直。こんなにダメージ食らわんようになると思ってなかった。オッケー。で、目的地はああ、データ探しか。
I might be able to kick that vent open.
まあ、相変わらずスリザーファング戦はほとんど勝ったやろうから。
Spellcaster won't work on that.
何？あ、普通に蹴れって。
Through here.
After you.
Time for a swim.
At least the water's not freezing.
あ、冷たくないのこの水。へえ。
Look at this place. I always try to imagine what it must have been like back when the old ones were here.
It's less of a climb.
どうやって繋がってんのこれ。す
Come
げ
on,
えな。
let's check the upper floors. You okay?
On every expedition, the soldiers would lay down walkways and barriers first to protect us diviners. But this is actually kind of fun.
俺も楽しいからこういうアクションアドベンチャーやってるからね。アクションアドベンチャー
The
RPG
console.
か。これ
Must
か
have。been what Nirik found.
Let's see if it has. Oh, the data on Leviathan isn't here. But there's some kind of log.
Delete the database. But Miss Sasaki, when you look at the reports, 3,000
Sasaki, yeah.
exhibiting symptoms. Over 400 dead. The data's clear. Omurama is contaminating the water supply, promoting bacterial growth. And with Leviathan based on the same architecture...
You're a smart kid. Top of your class, right? My father built this company thanks to world-class talent like you. And you know what else is world-class? Our legal team. So unless you want to spend the rest of your career in some dead-end, underfunded public research institute, you'll delete that database and forward all data on Leviathan to my office.
Yes, ma'am.
That was her. The ancestor, Eileen Sasaki. Hundreds dead. And she knew their system was to blame, but she had the truth erased. Were all the ancestors like this? Selfish, ruthless, immoral? And yet we hold them up as paragons of enlightenment and virtue. Given what we've learned, I don't even know if Leviathan will work.
Hold on. Let's not give up just yet. You said before that the old ones use Leviathan to control flooding. Which means it probably worked. We'll know more when we find the data on it. The recording mentioned a copy was sent to Eileen's office.
To their corporate headquarters. There. Let's go. It shouldn't take us long to get to the tower.
はい。
Lead on.
始祖ってみんなそうなのって言うたな、お前。残念だが、お前の隣におる俺、始祖の生まれ変わりや。